Welcome back to the Two-Toe Money Super 1 British Karting Championships at Glannygorse Park. The next race up is Junior Rotax, and the man joining me is James Lowther. You may remember if you watched the last programme, he made the move of the season, I called it in commentary, James, down the outside into the second bus stop. What was your thinking there? Now, some people have called it not the best move of the season because you actually tapped somebody in front, but it was definitely the move of the season, if not the move of the decade. But down the outside into the bus stop, what were you thinking there?
Well, we didn't have a very good pre-final, so I knew I had to make places up straight away. And then everyone went tight and went slow, so I thought if I just go around the outside, I can try and get a few. And then it's worked out.
Yeah, and it did open up for you, didn't it? It just opened up enough of a slot, and you just slotted in. I thought it was as clean as you could get, making 5 karts down the outside. It was quite unbelievable. Glannygorse Park this weekend. Now, this is notoriously a difficult circuit to overtake on. How are you finding it here?
And we didn't have a very good quali because we messed up on the last lap. And then first heat, I kind of went off a bit and finished third last. And then the second heat, we went from 17th to 11th, so we're making places, just try and get in place for the final.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend.
Cheers.
James Lowther, move of the year, more like move of the decade. Junior Rotax final, the unbeaten Chesterton on pole position from Ravenscroft, with Barrett and Cunnington, Foster and Eads, Collings and Bunce, and Tom Edmonds and Ben Burgess rounding out the top 10. Further back, there's a few good movers. Let's have a look and see what Lewis Gilbert can do, having won the Minimax earlier. Reese Hunter alongside him on the grid as well. There'll be a few chargers to work their way through the grid. Here we go. Who's going to get to the first corner first, Chesterton or Ravenscroft? Let's find out as we go through the first corner. It's Chesterton as Ravenscroft's going to get hung out to dry. We're on board with him now. 1, 2 karts in front of him. Nope, make that 3 is up the inside. Goes the O-plate of Tommy Foster. Make it 4. That's the 52 that's gone through as well of Cunnington. And now Cunnington on the inside line there of Eads. So he's through. And Cunnington is now up into 3rd position, tucked up behind the number 10 of Bradley Barrett, who has made a cracking start as well.
Second on track and in the championship, Bradley Barrett, the championship leader, is out front, unbeaten as we said earlier, all season in any grand final. I think he's only come second in one pre-final, but forget the pre-finals, it's the grand finals normally. If you look at the old days, it used to be 3 heats and a final. That's a great move up the inside by a KR Sport kart. Can't quite see who that was, but it was a great move through the final turn nevertheless.
I think it might have been Finley Bunce who made the move there.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jake. Indeed it was 58 Finley Bunce. Nice spot from the drone there, Jake.
Well, when the drone is as good at picking out karts as that, it's very difficult to miss the action as down the hill we go once again through the double left. Very nice run up to the compression complex once again. Tyler Chesterton still leading the way, chased doggedly by his closest rival in the championship, Brad Barrett. Tommy Foster in 3rd position. It's going to be an interesting one for Clayton Ravenscroft. Can he make his way back? He's in 6th position now. Cunnington in 4th, Eads in 5th, and Ravenscroft down to 6th.
Clayton is a hard charger though, Jake. He won't lose any sleep over that. He won't be happy dropping the places at the start, but he'll work his way back. That's Guy Cunnington picked out, 4th on track, leading privateer. Next lap round. Looks like Chesterton's got a slightly bigger lead. Barrett's got a big lead over, or let's say a big lead, 3 or 4 kart lengths anyway, over Tommy Foster there.
Still Cunnington in 4th position, about to get some pressure. Or has he lost 4th position now? I think he has. As through, I think, has gone. Is that Alex Eads he's got through, or is it Ravenscroft?
That'll be Ravenscroft,
it is Ravenscroft. So he has worked his way through pretty quickly. Alex Eads still sat there in 6th position. Finley Bunce trying to work his way into the battle as well, of course, having seen that beautiful move earlier on. There's Lewis Gilbert in the 43, just working his way through the compression complex, through the 3rd of the right-handers, then the left, then down Devil's Elbow, and then through to the final turn, Paddock Bend. Into pit bend we go, as up the hill once more. Clayton Ravenscroft, having worked his way up in a 4th position, now trying to get himself onto the back of Tommy Foster. But he's got, look with him, look, he's gone there for company. That is Finley Bunce working with the 15 up the inside, making the move, Tom Edmonds. So Tom Edmonds goes through and passes Finley Bunce. They've all started working their way through. There's your leader, Tyler Chesterton. 2nd, Bradley Barrett. 3rd, Foster. And then Ravenscroft up into 4th.
We've never seen in the modern era any driver win every single grand final during the season. I say the modern era since we've been filming it since 2010. Nobody's ever got close to that. In fact, going all the way back since I've been in the sport, year 2000, nobody's won every single final. And this year, it's amazing. We've got 2 drivers. We've already seen Taylor Barnard in the Army Cadet win his 5th grand final of the year, and we're looking at another driver here in a different class. Tyler Chesterton was already 1-4, looking to win his 5th grand final of the season as well. It's quite remarkable.
It's worth pointing out that in the echelons of top national karting, the likes of Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Dan Weldon, Anthony Davidson, all of these incredible names, none of them have ever done this, and yet we've got 2 drivers in Super 1 in 2017, Taylor Barnard in Army Cadet and Tyler Chesterton here in Junior Rotax, both bidding to do that and both looking like they'll do it. Brad Barrett in 2nd position, still being chased down by the O-plate. Tommy Foster, look how quickly Clayton Ravenscroft caught up to them though.
Here comes Clayton, 4th place, but not for long. He's just working his way back. He dropped 6th place early on. You can see him in 4th place there, but he's right on the back of the 2 in front. Tyler Chesterton out front, got a reasonably decent lead here, 10 to 12 kart lengths, but I've got a feeling if Clayton Ravenscroft can get through the 2 karts in front, he may close that lead down.
I was going to say, the only person I can see at this moment in time, well, not necessarily the only person, because there are some incredibly talented drivers on this grid, but you can bet your life, if you wanted to put money on it, the person that's going to stop Tyler Chesterton in his march to an unbeaten run, you would be an absolute moron to put money on at this stage of the race and this stage of the season, probably anyone other than Clayton Ravenscroft.
Yeah, I can't see anybody beating Tyler Chesterton to the championship now. In the same way, Barnard's got such a massive lead. The championship pretty much is over, in my opinion, unless something serious happens. But the pressure will come.
Oh, look, on the inside, what about that for a move?
Great move up the inside, the left-hander. The pressure will come for Chesterton as he gets towards the end of the season thinking, I could go unbeaten here. And he'll know, he will be looking at Taylor Barnard thinking, lose one. Barnard will be looking at him thinking, go on, somebody beat him so I can be the only one that does it.
I tell you what, Clayton Ravenscroft charging forward. We ride on board with him. Let's listen in. Down Damon Hill. Oh, Will Newnham's off to the side of the road there, just on the grass, as they go through the double left-hander at the bottom of the hill, back up the climb, through the compression complex, and then they'll drop down. This is the battle for 5th position. Guy Cunnington and Alex Eads just in there behind Tommy Foster. We're going to come to the most physically demanding part of the circuit. Here we go, into the Devil's Elbow, right-hander. Oh, goodness me, just watching from a distance as the kart plummets down the drop. Absolutely incredible. These guys must be at amazing physical condition to be able to cope with that. It's one of the roughest rides in karting, Jack Glanagor's Park. Look at this, Ravenscroft going to try and have a move on the inside of Barrett. Barrett defending to the inside line very well. Down the hill once again, trying to make a move down into the left-hander. Ravenscroft follows in pursuit of Brad Barrett, who's a little bit wayward through the first part of the corner. And as a result of that, Ravenscroft is able to tighten right in. Now, will he make the same move going down towards Devil's Elbow? Because that's an incredibly brave move. He has to think about it. He's not quite close enough. So good defending there from Bradley Barrett. They drop down through Devil's Elbow, through the left kink, and down onto Paddock Bend, out of the final turn, over the line. Tyler Chesterton away with the fairies out in front. No problems at all for him. They get the curb on the inside line of pit bend. Ravenscroft's got a great run. Barrett looks behind him. That's a beginner's error. Here comes Ravenscroft on the inside line. Beautiful through the king. That is a very difficult maneuver to commit to. It's a blind apex, a blind crest, and Ravenscroft just stands on the throttle. Take that!
Yeah, you have to commit 100%. And as you say, Jake, when you see somebody look, it's an invitation to the driver behind. Great move by Clayton Ravenscroft. Now, what can he do about this lead? Can he close down the leader? I think he's already closed a couple of kart lengths, to be honest.
Well, he's dropping Barrett like there's no tomorrow. This is amazing how much of a gap he's pulled already in half a lap. So now Tyler Chesterton, well, he's on his own out front. I don't think he'll be that way for long. Ravenscroft in 2nd, Barrett in 3rd, Foster in 4th from Cunnington and Eads. Smith is 7th. I think Reese Hunter, Tom Edmonds, Jason Lockwood, the rookie, is still in that mix as well. James Lowther, the man who pulled off that stellar move at fullback, knocking on the door of the top 10 as well. This is outside the top 10, and it's absolutely ludicrous how close it is. How about this for a scrap? We've got Finley Bunce leading it, Ben Burgess, then we've got Lockwood, Collins, Stennett, Gilbert, Thompson. Looking back, there's a couple of karts behind them trying to close up as well. This is getting really quite exciting stuff. Behind the top 10, There's battles everywhere you look in Super 1. Is up the inside. Burgess dives for the inside. Lockwood's going to get him as well. Onto the inside line. Whoops, they bang side pods there. And he's going to keep it right round the outside. Lockwood still dives to the inside of Devil's Elbow. He's going to lose the place on the switchback as Burgess gets back in front. But what an amazing bit of bravery from Lockwood to try and hold on to the lead of this one. We go into the last lap, and the battle outside the top 10 is even hotter than the one for the lead. Ravenscroft is working full guns blazing to close up on the race leader, but he's not going to get there. 43.22 is an incredibly fast lap of GYG, but it's not going to give him a chance for the victory. Still battling as Gilbert there on the inside. Oh, that's a little bit of contact there. Further back through the field, but Chesterton is going to remain unbeaten. Here he comes out of the final turn. Thank you very much again. Brilliant victory. Absolutely superb display. It looks as though we've got some post-race penalties to hand out. Unfortunately, James Lowther is one of them from a front fairing. A couple of position penalties as well, but it's Chesterton from Ravenscroft, Barrett is third from Foster, Cunnington, Eads, Smith, Hunter, Edmonds and Bunce. Brilliant racing.
Tyler, 5 grand finals, 5 wins. History is calling. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I think I'm quite confident. I know I'm fast at the next 2 rounds as well, so hopefully we can do it.
And Clayton pushed you really hard today, didn't he? You got in top in the end, won by just under a second, but that was a tough one.
Yeah, it was really close. I didn't think that I'd have the gap that I did in the race, but I managed to outpace him and just did what I could, really.
Who do you want to thank?
Everyone from Coles, Ogden Race Engines, and my mum and dad.
As Chesterton puts one hand on the championship trophy heading into the latter stage of the season, Bradley Barrett, Reese Hunter and Clayton Ravenscroft start the fight for second place, with Finley Bunce desperately trying to chase them down. Junior X30 after the break, with more action guaranteed.